Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Nique, and this is the place where braiders turn to learn braided hairstyles, develop tenacious hustle, and flourish in hope. So for today's style, we will be doing the knotless pop smokes. And the first thing we want to do is part off a section from ear to ear. Then to create our next section, we're going to take the top section of the hair and part it right in half. So what I like to do is use a little gel to define the part, and then once I use my gel, which I just use Shine and Jam, once I use my gel, I just use my comb to go ahead and redefine the part. You may have to do this a few times until you get it, but don't be afraid to take your time because this middle part really helps set up the rest of the style. Then for this part, now that we have the middle in half, we're going to go from around about the temple area and we're going to do a horizontal line going back until the middle line that we just made. So this part here, you may have to adjust it a couple of times just depending on really where you want your layers to lay. So I just do this a few times until I get it exactly where I want it, and then we're going to repeat the same exact thing on the other side to make it match. So now that all of our sections are pre-sectioned out, it's time to start the braids in the nape area. Now, for the purpose of this video and for this style, my client actually wanted me to try just for this area only to part them out in triangles versus rectangles. But typically they will be in rectangles. Sometimes people will do just 2 knotless braids at the bottom. I mean, you really can do this however you want. This is just how she wanted it for this style. So I decided to do stitch braids for this style because it just adds a different flair to it, and I think it just takes the style from good to great. Now, if you guys have noticed, my client's hair is very, very thick. And so just so you guys know, when you are working with so many different textures of hair, stitch braids are not always going to come out the exact same for every single style. But as long as you keep your methods the same, I mean, you will get similar results, but just know that hair texture can definitely affect the way that stitch braids appear. So let me know in the comments, is this something that you guys have experienced? Have you had times where you did stitch braids on, one texture and they came out like really, really good? Or they were really like, predominant, and then you tried it again on another texture and they didn't come out as, consistent? Let me know in the comments and we can talk about it. So I'm going to let you go ahead and watch this section be finished up. And then once we move on to the next section, I'll come back on to walk you through. Okay, so now that we are at the middle section, this section is actually going to have 6 braids. Now, depending on the size that you do these, yours may have more, but this is my second time doing this style. And so when I figured this out for the first one, it seemed like that worked out really nicely. And for me, guys, if it's not broke, I'm not fixing it. So it worked out the first time, and I'm doing the same exact method for this second time. So you're gonna go ahead, and if you're using your middle part, it's literally just 3 on each side of that middle part that you've previously created. And see, and this is another important thing of pre-parting, because like I said, it actually sets up the rest of the style. So all I'm gonna do is go ahead and complete the braids for this section, and then we can move right onto the top. So I'll let you watch this and I'll come back one more time. Okay guys, so now we're at the top of the style, and as you can see, there are 6 braids in this section as well. So just a really quick breakdown: in the nape area there was 3 braids, in the middle area there were 6 braids, and at the top there's going to be 6 braids. So in total that is 15 braids. So I mean, this style, guys, is really a cute style. It's easy to do, especially once you set up your parting. So just take that time to set it up, because then once you have it set up, you can just go ahead and just do your braiding and focus on things like doing the stitches. You can focus on things like tucking. As you can see here, like my client's hair, it's blonde, but it's actually a few different color blondes. She actually dyes her hair herself. So I wanted to make it like as consistent as I possibly could, and so I had to try my best to tuck her hair behind the synthetic hair that was being added to the style. And for those of you who may not be familiar yet with the different colors of hair and things like this is actually a color number 27. So the other thing I wanted to tell you guys, when it came to this hair, I did not use a pre-stretched hair this time. So I actually ran out of hair of the 27, and so I had to go ahead and get, you know, the long Vivica Fox, the 3X, I think it's 3X, but 96 inches or whatever. But yes, I will link that down in the description section. But that was the hair that I used for this style, and I actually just cut it in half, and then I stretch the hair myself in order to complete this style. But I typically do use pre-stretched hair. So as I'm doing this video, y'all, I need to go ahead and order me some hair. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, what's your preference? Do you like to use pre-stretched hair, or do you rather stretch the hair yourself? I would love to know, because this time when I did her hair and using the hair that I had to stretch myself again, I hadn't used it in so long. So to be honest, guys, for a second, I was just lost. Like, oh my God, I don't even remember, like, how much do I need? How many packs should I get prepared, you know? And I actually had to stop a couple times just to, you know, stretch some more hair out because I just wasn't even sure. So yeah, let me know. Do you guys rather pre-stretched hair or do you rather stretch it yourself? Why or why not? I would love to talk about it because I'm telling you, I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much for me. Also, if you need any help with your stitch braids or even just the basics of a feed-in braid, I have videos on my channel that I can definitely leave in the description section below as well. Okay guys, so on to the finishing touches. Just one quick change, and that is the mousse. So instead of the tropical roots, this time I went ahead and I used the Magic Finger Studio edition of the Shine and Jam mousse. I don't know if I said it right, but I do plan on doing a full review on that as well because guys, it is definitely amazing. Then I just went ahead and continued to dip her ends just the way that I would normally do. And yeah guys, so I mean, this is it. You know, it's kind of like your feed-in steps are your feed-in steps. You know, you make sure that you mousse, you make sure that you get your ends, you make sure that you clip. I mean, do these little steps because they really will add quality to the style. Okay, and then before we go guys, I just have to say thank you as I always do. We have passed the 40K subscriber mark and I just want to say thank you for the love and support that you have shown my channel. Guys, when I started this channel, I really just had no expectations. I didn't know what it was going to do. I didn't know if I was going to be received. And not only was I received, y'all show up and show out. So I just appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I pray that God continues to bless you guys. I pray that he blesses your business and your endeavors and all the things that you set your heart to. And until the next time, guys, I will talk to you in the next video. God bless.